We are still on our Jeep Blackbird, so we are still making some adjustments on the mechanical aspect. So here now you can see this is my engine and where the exhausting system is, and also where I mounted the turbocharger. But you can see now I've actually removed the turbo, so you can see the exhaust from the engine. I've actually cut it off. That is it over there. You can see it there. So I cut it off, and the reason was because the turbocharger was actually down, and whenever I start up the engine, the oil, when the oil flows from the top of this, from the top of the cylinder, which is this hose, flows from here and goes into the turbocharger through this particular hose. Now the return of the fuel, the oil is actually down. It was meant to return from the oil gauge here. From the oil gauge, you can see the way I designed it to be. So it's meant to return through this hose from the oil gauge. So but because it's actually down, it does not have something that we have to pressurize it to come up. So because of that, I now dismantle the turbocharger, because whenever I on the engine, I notice that the oil start flowing through the turbine, which is wrong. So because of that, I decided to change the displacement of the engine, the turbocharger, to try to bring it a little bit up, so that the oil that is inside the turbo can actually flow with the law of gravity, flowing straight into it. You understand? So the oil, the turbo needs to be above this now, above the oil gauge now, so that it can be able to return with the law of gravity. So guys, that is the job I'm going to be doing today. So let's proceed and see how far. So guys, please, if you are new to my YouTube channel, I will always remember for you guys to subscribe, because we really have a very good package that you guys need to see. So right now I'm going to be bringing my music. So this is actually the turbo. This is actually the turbo. As you can see what I was talking about here, you can see oil coming out from the turbine. You can see that. So because of that, it's really very long. See, so this is where the oil goes in, and once it goes in,
will you talk to your girlfriend? Hello, keep Baba for me. Sorry, Jared. Only kini.
so as I was explaining, this is actually the turbocharger. So this is where the exhaust goes from the engine. It goes into here. So this place is actually the turbine, and why here of the fuel, where the fuel flow through this place. So the fuel enters like this. So this is how the carburetor is being mounted. It is being mounted from here, because assuming this is an injector engine, assuming it's an injector, the injector have to come before. Like if this is the injector now, it have to pass through like this hose now have to pass through here, and this one we pass through another hose going to straight to the engine. But because this is carburetor, this is how it's meant to be. You understand? So that's the only difference between mounting a turbocharger on an what do you call it? Carburetor on a carburetor or injector. So the two differences is that the carburetor have to pass through where the air intake used to be, which is here, which is this side now. So you have to tight it like this. But if it is an injector, you cannot put it here. You have to put it from here. So air intake will come from here, and it will pass it through here. Now meet the injector. From the injector, it will have another manifold that will go straight to the engine. So I'm really not good. I'm really not a professional about turbocharger. So I guess you can make some research to understand exactly what I'm talking about on the job. So if you watch now, so this is my former exhaust. This is actually my former exhaust that I was actually using. But so because of this whole angle, you can see here is the mountain. Here it used to be like this. This is how it used to be. Although it's actually designed for a A.c.c. engine. I'm the one that cut it off here to weld my single exhaust here. So this is how it's meant to be. But here now, I cut it off because the because of this exhaust angle now, the turbocharger that was down, and the oil return. This is the oil return hose. So this is the supply there. The one that has the 13 volts is the supply, and this is the return. So this one is actually down, and where it's meant to be return is actually at this height. So because of that, it cannot flow. Although I was planning to use a fuel pump to do a kind of casing whereby the oil will be pouring, then the fuel pump will be sucking the oil into back into the engine. So it will be going once the oil pumps the oil to the top cylinder from the tiny hole at the top of the at the top of the top cylinder. It passes through the hose and comes here, and from here it returns and pour into the container, and from there the fuel pump will suck it back into the engine again. But the reason why I don't want to go with that method is that what if the fuel pump fails? That means this oil will start coming out from here, and it will start producing smoke on the car. So that is the reason why I want to do it, for it to work under the law of gravity. So you can see here now, I got this yesterday. This is actually an oil filter. You can see this is an oil filter. I think it's for a diesel engine. So I'm the one that cut it off from, because I wanted to use it to design this to do this my exhaust, because I think this is about 2 mm thickness. So it's actually the same thing with this one. So I'm going to be going with this one now. So I'm going to be mounting this now on the body of the car. Then from there we can change, because this one is longer than this, as you can see. It's longer than this. So when this gives me this kind of angle now, when this angle goes up like this, that means it's taking these two buttons that have to be at the top like this. You understand? So why this one was once down like this, so the two buttons that was down. So I'm going to find a way that this particular one now is really not going to be like this. It's going to face like this, for the two buttons to have some space to go up. So let's proceed the work, guys, and see how far we are going to go on it. Although the camera, I don't have enough space for the camera to give us. Here's the way I'm going to try to mount the camera. Let's see. Okay, guys. So guys, this tubo here, this is the height I want it to be, so that it can actually work very well with what I want it to do. So if it's going to be at this height now, you can see now it's about, it has about 3 inches higher than where the return system have to be. So I think it's okay like this. So let me just find a way to hang it like this, so that I will know that this is what I'm targeting. Okay. It's actually okay like this. So let me go in and start the fabrication of it. So guys, this is what I'm actually working with now. This exhaust. So you can see this very well. So I'm going to be installing this particular one here. So I'm going to be installing this particular one here. So I'm going to be mounting it kind of like this. So guys, I'm going to root it out now to give it a full welding on the ground. Okay, let me just fasten it first to see how I'm going to do the cutting of the other one.